Hey guys, let me know if you can hear me because I kind of changed stuff up a little bit. So just let me know if you can hear me. If you can see me, if you can hear me. I just want to make sure. Okay, and I know some of you had told me that you can't comment sometimes in the chat. Okay, good. I'm not really familiar with YouTube. I'm still new to this, but I know. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Jasmine, Bernadette, Janet, Shelly. Who else? Jasmine. Just want to make sure I say hi to everyone that that I can see. So sorry if the camera shakes a little bit because I'm on a folding table, and every time I touch it, it wobbles. So. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the full moon in Leo. So this full moon, Leo is a fire sign. And fire is motivation, confidence, security. Think of the lion in the forest or wherever he lives, like the lion. You know, he stands up for himself. He does what he needs to do, like he's the king. This is the energy that we're in now and probably for the rest of the year. The thing is, this fire energy is going to make us very uncomfortable. Hi, Judy. Very, very uncomfortable because it's pushing us to move forward and into our destiny where we are supposed to be. So I know that there's something that I wanted to add because I've been getting a lot of questions about this, the service to others. So I know everyone is aware that we have like the light and dark, service to self, service to others. What if you don't know what you're supposed to be doing or what kind of service? Honestly, that has nothing to do with it. Service to others is just, hi, Firefly, is just being present, working on yourself, being mindful, being aware, being consciously aware of things, doing what you're doing right now. Anything that, sorry guys, gotta shut off my phone. Anything that helps you grow and expand, that is service to others. Because one, you're contributing to the collective energy, which is really what we are supposed to be doing. So we work on ourselves. We're actually working, in the sense, service to others. So don't worry about if you don't know what you're supposed to be doing yet. This full moon is going to push you into unfamiliar waters if you haven't been experiencing it yet. It's taking you into exploring new things, learning new things, a lot of purging, releasing, letting go. There was something that came up in a meditation, and okay, I have a ton of it. So basically what we're doing is we are assessing what stays in our lives and what we want and what does not. Hey, Lori. And tonight's ritual, normally I always leave like a little ingredient list or what we need for the ritual. I didn't do that because this is going to be something that you can use with whatever you have in your house. You can do it tonight. You can do it next week if you want. Hi, Lucy. The key is just do it. So I'm going to share some cleansing baths, teas, rinses. So if you don't have a tub, don't worry about it. Very like cleansing the house. Think getting rid of stagnant energy. This is what this moon is bringing us. So it's fire. Fire transmutes. This is what we're doing. We're getting rid of everything that doesn't work for us no more. Everything we've been fighting to be that never felt right for us. Being who we think we're supposed to be. doing what we think we're supposed to be doing. Because the main key, if there's like any message from this Leo moon, it's be happy. Be happy. Do what makes you happy. Because when you're happy, you are powerful. You are in your power. Fireflies using 2 orange candles. That's awesome because the orange represents like that fire energy. Anything you do tonight with the candle, you're honoring the fire energy, by the way. Of course, the protection and releasing rituals that I'm going to share is, I mean, you can light a candle, but it's not really a fire ritual or ceremony. I am going to share my secret cleansing spray to cleanse your energy, your home's energy, this space. I'm going to share that, and it's very easy, and you can make a little bottle of it and spray everything with it. Clears away energy. I'm going to share how I make my rose water because this is also about self-love, self-care. It's really got to be, in a sense, I almost want to say like service to self, but not in a selfish way. It's taking care of yourself, because if you're not balanced, if you don't feel whole, you don't feel complete, then everyone you encounter is going to pick up that shitty energy. And that is not what you want to do. You want to share the love, the light. And the only way you're going to do that is when you feel it within yourself. So this moon carries, it's not an eclipse, but it carries eclipse energy, because in April's new moon is an eclipse. And I think between May and June is another eclipse. So we have like 2 eclipses coming through, and it's just the way the planets are aligned. Right now we have Venus and Mars in conjunction, which is like a really rare thing. So Venus represents love, beauty, the material world, appreciation for things. And Mars, even though, you know, people think like it's anger and war, it's really passion. So these 2 are joining together, and both of their energies are amplified. So a lot of what we're doing will be passion driven. And if it doesn't like vibe with us, get rid of it. You'll automatically do that. I mean, you don't even have to think about it. You'll just feel uncomfortable, and you're like, you know what? I don't want this shit anymore. And poof, it's gone. So this moon is carrying, it's a weird, I don't know if you guys are feeling it, like feeling a little bit different, but it's got like an interesting energy to it. It's like you can flip-flop. For me personally, I feel like there are those moments. Think of passion. It could be like out of love or out of anger. Passion can go either way. And I'm feeling that polarity of the 2. Like one minute I'm very passionate and I'm very motivated, and I can get just as angry about it in like an instant. And I think that's what's making this a very interesting energy, because it has been going on. I've been feeling it for about a week, and it is going to continue to be the theme through the summer. Probably not as intense as it is. And this moon tonight activates the energy of what occurred in November of 2021. So the November that just passed, whatever issues you were dealing with, whatever you were focusing on, trying to manifest or bring in, whatever it is that you were in, whatever energy you were in November, it's activating that now. So let's say in November you were setting goals to like leave your job and start a business, and kind of like nothing came of it yet. You tried and you're getting frustrated, and you're like, you know what, this shit ain't gonna work. All of a sudden this moon is going to bring the opportunities. It's going to push you in the direction. There's going to be a shit ton of opportunities surrounding everyone, and there are major shifts. Some of us will go through shifts in every aspect of our life, and some of us are going through major shifts in like specific areas. Even though anything that shifts is going to change your life completely anyway, whether if it's love. It's going to affect your sense of security, your wealth. Like it just all interacts with each other. So there are major, major shifts. And yes, they are scary. And these shifts are bringing us change that's leading us to our destiny. And everything is purpose driven. All the planets right now are direct. There are none in retrograde, which means this energy is gaining momentum. So whatever felt like if you think about last year, it feels like everything was just dragging. Like everybody tried to have a positive attitude, but anything you focused on, it feels like nothing went right. Or even if you did manifest, it's like, you know what? Maybe I need to be clear about it, because I know that's what I went through. I need to be clear about it. Maybe I wasn't clear enough to manifest what I want. And that's not the case. It's coming to us now. So all the energy that we put into things in November, I almost want to say in 2021, but November especially, because this moon is assisting that energy in a sense, like it's activating that energy. So whatever it is, whatever energy you were putting into whatever it is that you were focusing on, you're going to reap the rewards of it after this moon. Like this is the time it's coming in. By the end of the year, you will see, and this goes for all of us, the clear manifestation of the changes that we've been going through, the opportunities that it's been leading to us. We're seeing the outcomes now. So little by little, and things are going to move really, really fast because all the planets all have this intense energy to push us. So we're going to see, it could come in dribs and drabs. It's not like everybody's going to be like, oh shit, the whole outcome is there. But you will start seeing positive changes. However, it's going to be scary. It's going to scare the shit out of us because it's uncomfortable and it's unknown. And whatever plans, and this was my biggest lesson for the past 2 weeks, whatever idea you had in your head how things were going to happen, forget it. It ain't happening that way. So don't get frustrated. Don't get upset. Don't think you fucked something up. It's none of that. It's just that we need to focus on what doesn't serve us so we can make this space for all this new stuff coming into us. And believe me, guys, it is not that this was such a strong message, not going to happen the way we think, because we think the way it was explained to me, when you look through the eye of a needle, like when you're threading a needle, this is how, through that little hole is how we see things. And we think we see everything. And yet there is so much that we can see that become possibilities and opportunities that we never even consider. So this is kind of like where we're going into now. Okay, Shelly. So whatever it was that because Michelle asked, what if she had big losses, biggest loss in her life in November? How would I look at it? So there's many different aspects, Shell. And I know you're very intuitive. And I know what's blocking that intuition is probably the pain that you've experienced. But try to take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Other than the biggest loss you had in your life, there were things that maybe the loss distracted you from. The loss did something to either distract you or get you to look at something from a different perspective. I wouldn't worry that means you're going to have more losses now. That's not the case. The loss could have been a mind shift. Maybe you were looking at something in a different way, and the loss that came in changed your perspective about things, and now you're looking at it from a different lens. There's many different ways that I would look at that. And either way, the truth is, none of us know shit about anything anyway. We can all assume, we can try to think of the ways, but we're talking infinite possibilities. But there is a link. There's definitely a link between what happened in November and what's coming into your life now. There's definitely a link. And I know this is the hardest thing whenever I do readings, but this is for you to figure out. Like, no cards are going to tell you this. This is your personal journey. Do we hear what? What do you hear, Jasmine? I don't know what you hear. And you know I'm here for you, Shell, if you need anything, if you ever need anything. So the rest of this energy is really taking action. And synchronicities are like amplified. Hi, Lucy. Synchronicities are amplified. Dreams, messages, synchronicities, maybe the way you look at coincidences, whatever it is, it's like the universe is speaking 24/7 to you. And if you pay attention and you look, you will see it. Oh, yes, I do have singing bowls on. I'm sorry. Yes, yeah, every once in a while. I guess, is it too loud? I mean, I don't know how you guys hear it. I don't even know where the remote is, but it doesn't matter. If it's too loud, let me know. Oh, there it is. Okay. You're welcome, Shelly. So the key to getting through this energy is to embrace the challenges or the what you perceive to be obstacles, because it's part of the shift. So, and this is hard. I know this is hard for everyone to embrace challenges. But there's always good. Remember the law of polarity. Where there's light, there's dark. Where there's good, there's bad, vice versa. You can't have one without the other. So if a challenge feels like an obstacle and it's standing in your way, truth is it's an opportunity to change the way you're looking at it, because this opportunity is going to bring you something that otherwise you wouldn't have gotten or you wouldn't have seen. So it's also going to bring us a lot of clarity. So I'm sure, at least for me, my big popular question when I meditate is, what am I supposed to know? What am I supposed to do? Help me see things clear. Am I doing this right? Should I be doing that? Let me know what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, that's really the basis of any meditations that I do. Because there are times I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like I don't understand what the fuck is going on. I feel like maybe I missed a key piece in something and I screwed everything up. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way. And I think it was 2 nights ago, the meditation, that I felt this clarity is coming to us. And it's a part of the synchronicities, the messages, the crazy-ass dreams that you might be having. It's also a time for us manifesting, deliberate manifesting. The energy right now, we couldn't have asked for a stronger energy. Like, shit is manifesting at record speed. It's like crazy. Oh, wow. Yeah, Jasmine had some issues in a room. And okay, so that's pretty much the energy of tonight's full moon. Bottom line is, in a nutshell, guys, it's about moving forward. It's about trusting your gut, which is hard because our intuition and our gut doesn't always correspond with what we logically think we should be doing. And I think that's where a lot of the challenges come for us, because, well, it's not logical, or I don't see how this is going to happen. But really, we have to trust that. This whole awakening that we're all going through is about trust. It's about having experiences so our soul can grow, and having that connection to this divine source of energy to guide us, protect us, whatever it is. So there should never be a doubt in any of the choices we make, because that connection to the divine energy is just like unbreakable. It's like on point. And I feel like this is what we're all going through, learning to trust this source of energy because we're all a part of it. We all chose to come here. We all chose to come here at this time. And based on the fact that we're all here right now together means we are very, very close to, I almost want to say, repairing that trust, because whatever you want to call it, let's just say society has taught us to disconnect. Society has taught us that things are outside of us, and we're learning that everything is within us. And everybody's very, very close to that connection, to that trust. And I feel like this year is going to be the year that everything shifts for those people who choose to repair that trust. Oh, yes, definitely. Of course, we're stronger together, which is why a lot of the shit that's been going on in the world is created to separate and divide us. Because we think we're all separate from each other. We think that, honestly, I don't even know what we think anymore. I really don't, because I really forgot how I used to think. Now it's just a different way of thinking. And if you look back on like 10, 20 years ago and you think about like your mindset and how you used to see the world, you probably don't even remember what that felt like to believe such bullshit. But that's what it is. So tonight, those of you who are new, I'm sorry. I always forget that I am on YouTube and that there are new people on here. And I want to welcome you if you are new here. My name is Anne Marie. Those of you who have been with me for the years or however long you've been with me, thank you. I love you guys. I love that we are part of this strong tribe. And those of you who support me on Patreon, I hope you all enjoyed your readings on Valentine's Day, which was interesting. I wanted to do it love-based, and it kind of, this energy came into it more of purpose. So it was just interesting. So tonight I set no intentions for anyone's messages. Aw, thank you, Jasmine. What do we need to know? So I'm going to show you 3 cards. Each card represents a deck. Pick the deck you're drawn to, because that is the message that it will hopefully change your perspective or help you better understand what's going on. All the decks are going to resonate to some degree with you because it's the same. It's the collective energy. We're all going through the same thing. So the way I see it is we're all going through this, and each deck represents maybe personalized experiences, but really it's all going to resonate. So the theme for tonight's reading is victory, which I thought was awesome. And I'm going to read it. I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. That is awesome, because that's what we're coming into. Oh, really? Firefly, I didn't even have to see the cards. Next one is safe travel. And it's funny because the only cards that I see are the 2 with the theme. And when I saw this card, safe travel, I feel like that there are some people who are moving, whether it's another country or another state, or someone, and this was specific, so this probably won't resonate for everyone. Someone is going to, either they already know or they will find out shortly, some kind of interview for something like a job or something, and they're going to travel there. And I'm not sure if it's like relocation, but I feel like they have to travel to this interview of some sort. And it was just interesting because it gave me like a really good feeling. It might be scary, the idea, if this resonates with you. It might be scary, but the outcome is going to be amazing because it was a really good feeling. So safe travel. You travel. Keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home. And this also could mean that we are getting back to that connection. Like we all feel to some degree, I was going to say homeless, homesick. Like we feel like we don't belong and we're homesick. And home to me is that divine energy. It's that like we are everything and nothing. And we're all connected and yet separate. It's like, to me, that's what I feel like when I feel homesick, is what I'm trying to, or it could be we're from other planets. I mean, who knows? Who knows? It's possible. But I feel like for collectively, we are, I keep saying repairing, and I don't know why this word keeps coming up, repairing the connection to that source of energy, whatever you choose to call it, God, universe. I use divine source because I feel like it covers everyone's name or title for it. But whatever it is you choose to call it, it comes down to the same thing. Hey, T, how are you guys doing? Okay, so you're just in time, T. I'm going to show you the 3 cards. Pick the deck that you are drawn to. This is deck number 1. If you are drawn to this card, you are deck number 1. This is deck number 2. If you're drawn to this card, you are deck number 2. And this is deck number 3. If you are drawn, drawn to this card, you are deck number 3. Those look like some angry black cats there, right? Okay, let me know when you picked your deck so I know I don't have to repeat it. I'm going to show you deck number 1. Deck number 2. And deck, no, I'm trying to get it like in a light word. Deck number 3. Oh, Jasmine, that would be the travel then. That's very interesting. Okay, so a lot of people picked deck number 2. Oh, Lucy, 2 and 3. Okay, so let's put those there. So if you chose this, you are deck number 1. The travel card, Shelly, is like the I always pull like 1 or 2 cards that tell me about the theme of the reading and like the energy that we're in. So this applies to everyone. It's just that when the travel card fell out, I felt something very specific for that one. And that's why I shared it, because I don't know who needs to hear what, or even if it resonates with anyone, I just put it out there. Oh, okay, Brooke. Well, there you go. So this is deck number 1. And I know a lot of you guys sometimes ask me like what decks I use. I'm going to get my shit together because I have like 40 decks. And I don't keep the boxes or the books. I just disregard the books. So I will find out the names of the decks. And if you want, I will start sharing the decks that I'm using. If you ask me now, honestly, I have different names for it. Oh, wow, Lori, safe travel. That could be like the reason why there was something specific. Oh, see, maybe that's why the safe travel just like had a specific message, because there's a few people that are talking about either traveling or buying a globe or saying those words. There's a reason. There was a reason. It was just an interesting one. So let's see. I used I think I used 8 different decks tonight, which I mean, I always use quite a few decks. Okay. Oh, sorry, guys. Okay, so we're going to start with the chakra cards to make my life easy because there's just way too many decks. So first we're going to look at your, trying to like, okay, there we go. If I move this way, it's good. Okay, so this is Upstart Revolution. And based on your chakra cards, you have your third eye chakra. You have your root chakra. And then you have your solar plexus, which is the Leo energy that we're in. It's the fire, motivation. I don't know why all of a sudden the camera went blurry. I think because I held the card close. I don't know. It apparently will adjust. I hope. So I feel like for deck number one, just like everyone else, there are big changes going on. So the insecurity that you're feeling, like let's go to the source of your insecurity is feeling like not necessarily you don't have a choice, but maybe you're worried about making the wrong choice. It's really about like trusting yourself. So I feel like for deck number one, that's really basically you're keeping yourself stuck. And that's really what the culprit is right now that's making you very anxious. Because I feel like there's a lot of anxiety and maybe headaches, whether it's like I got so much pressure here, whether it's sinuses or migraines, some kind of headaches I'm feeling with that. Then you got the physical, you got the root chakra, which is your physical health. So I don't feel like anyone is like sick, but I feel like it's more about worrying about something that's bothering you. Like maybe you have a headache and you immediately think you have a brain tumor, like the extreme version of whatever it is that you physically feel. I don't feel like it's really, I'm not a doctor, but it doesn't feel like it's something that is, I definitely don't feel like you're dying. I almost feel like someone thinks that they're dying. And maybe spiritually you're dying and physically you're feeling it, but I don't think it's really from whatever ailments you're feeling. Because I feel for something with the right knee, and either sciatica, everything that I'm feeling is on the right side. So it's either like sciatica or some kind of pinched nerve in the lower back. I almost feel like somebody feels like they need surgery or they need to get surgery on their back. Yeah, something with surgery. And of course, this is your choice. No one can tell you yes or no. But I do feel like a lot of the pain, your physical ailments are coming from the anxiety. Definitely caught up in your head. Without a doubt. I do feel like that there are some weird dreams going on for deck number one. Really just weird dreams. Like you can't even go to a dream book and begin to read it because it's just bizarre stuff. So here's what I feel like the meaning of the dreams are. And maybe if you look at those dreams from this perspective, you'll understand it better. Especially when there's random people in your dream that you do not know. Just remember that the people in your dreams represent aspects of yourself that you are choosing to ignore. So maybe you're asking for guidance and you're getting it, or you're like, what do I need to clear out? Or I just want to be happy. And then you have this weird dream about like, I don't know, fish and someone you don't know. Even the animals in your dreams are representing aspects of yourself. Like, for instance, the fish is probably telling you to go with the flow because it represents water and the way it swims. Of course, it depends on the kind of fish, but look at your dream from that perspective, because everything in your dream is a version of you. Oh, wow, Brooke. Wow. Okay, so I'm assuming you picked one. Oh, okay, you picked number two. So, like I said, all the decks are going to resonate. So, as for the dreams, there is definitely hidden messages about the aspects of yourself that need to be addressed, or actually this is the answer to your prayers or what you've been asking for. It's coming through the dreams. The other thing is, I feel like that deck number one zones out. Like all of a sudden you go into like a trance. You like just stare into space and you don't think you're thinking anything, but you're actually open to receiving. So it might not be in the moment you're zoned out, but as soon as you realize you zoned out and you come back, maybe you see 333 or 1111, or you see something that keeps showing up. Just pay attention to that, because there is definitely, and I feel like that there is an older woman, and this probably is for someone, not everyone, but there is an older woman that passed, like a mother, grandmother figure that has been showing up, either a bird, I see a bird, and then I see a rainbow or a kite rainbow, something in the air. It could be a kite, could be a rainbow, but it's something that's floating in the sky. There is some kind of communication going on from this person. So just pay attention to that, because there is definitely hidden messages in that as well. So free from judgment, free to love. Oh, and beyond the mind, the heart beats. Oh, still can't get down this lighting right, guys. Ooh. So these two cards, let's see what I feel with this. See, this to me feels like this, where you are right now, this healing aspect. If you look, like she looks like she's in dark, but there's like little specks of light coming through, and she's starting to smile, like she's kind of feeling confident and secure in herself. Here's your confidence card. There's hope. So there's something with hope here. You're beginning to feel hopeful, but I feel like you don't trust when things go well, like a self-sabotage. If something's going right for you, you feel like you need to prepare for the worst thing to happen, because most likely that's what's going to happen, as if you don't deserve to have this good coming to you. So this is what I feel like this card represents. You being happy that things are changing, or you're finding these little specks of hope, and you're enjoying it quietly, because you're afraid that if you celebrate it too much, something bad's going to happen, or someone's going to take it away. So that's what I feel like that card is. Beyond the mind, the heartbeat. So I feel like this represents your dreams. Like this is what goes on in your head. If you look at this card, well, you see she's got a lot going on. She's got a lot. She's got like the universe over here, some kind of feathers, and I think that's a snail, beads, the DNA swirly thingy, whatever that's called. Like she's just got a lot going on. And I feel like, and on top of the head, she's got like a nest of eggs. So there is definitely some kind of rebirthing going on. I think you're just overwhelming yourself trying to figure out how to get all this shit done. And you're not supposed to. The only thing you're supposed to do is get your anxiety under control. Get out of your head. Start meditating, journaling, going for walks, doing something that's going to get you out of your head. That's all you need to do. This, I don't know, this is giving me a headache, and I've had this card before and it didn't have this effect, but I'm getting a headache from this. So I feel like deck number one is overanalyzing. Let's put it that way. Then you got the root chakra again with the other cards. You have stand your grounds, root chakra, conflict and defeat, heartache and loss, and destiny. And now I'm going to go back to once again, this is the solar plexus. This is where your anxiety is. This is where your self-doubt is. Personal boundaries, right? Stand your ground. Conflict and defeat. So I feel like there's two possibilities here because it is a collective reading. One is something at work. Either you're waiting for a raise, promotion, and then someone came in and kind of snatch it from underneath you. I feel like that there was something shady that happened at work, that either you shared an idea and somebody stole it and then they got the credit for it and you lost out on a promotion or a raise, something like that. Definitely feels like something at work, and you want to speak up, you want to say it, but you're trying to be the better person. However, your fear and lack of confidence in yourself is the reason why you're not speaking up, because you're afraid to speak up. It's not because you want to be the better person. That's the story you told yourself so you can avoid this conflict. See? And you standing up for yourself, yeah, I mean, you got heartache and loss, and then the root chakra, which has to do with finances, stability, security. Yeah, maybe the worst case scenario is you lose your job or you quit or whatever it is. But you know what? That's also the best thing. Maybe that's what it is you need to do, because you speaking up for yourself in that aspect is going to change so much shit for you. It's going to change everything. Like, that is the game changer. The other feeling that I got with this has to do with a relationship. And it's the same energy. Same energy. You're not speaking up. You're not standing up for yourself. You're putting up with a lot of shit. You know you're not happy, but you feel like you need this person in order to survive and live. And how am I going to live on my own? And I don't make enough money. And this person had torn you down. Tore down your self-esteem. I knew I didn't say it right. Tore down your self-esteem so much that you believe, I need this person. I am nothing without their contribution or whatever it is. Same thing like work, like the work thing. Stand up for yourself. Speak up. You're going to be fine. Yes, it's still going to be scary. I mean, this is scary. Losing and letting go of what you think is keeping you safe, secure, financially stable. Yeah, it's scary. But in order to get to this, the destiny, you have to let go of the bullshit. So I feel like deck number 1 is going through some major, major changes. And then this card is change direction with ease. Oh, and there's the fish. So I wonder if, like, here's another fish. So, because then I use the fish as a dream. So something with fish, maybe a fish is someone's spirit animal, or they've been seeing it a lot lately. Rediscover your zeal. So these two cards basically are telling you it's okay to change the direction. It's okay not to know, because you're going to rediscover parts of yourself that you didn't even know existed. And there is no way for you to know this in the situation you're in, whether it's the work or the relationship. There's no way you can see this version of you. It's because it's being hindered by whatever that is, like whichever one that applies to you. Get more information. Be assertive. So there's definitely a very intense self-esteem lesson in all this, and compromise. And it's funny because you have the compromise, and then the original card that showed up was the boundaries. So I know I have a hard time with boundaries. I can't tell someone no. So I'll do it, get pissed off, and make them not want to ask me again, so I avoid saying no, and I know you can relate to this in some way. So compromising, like, no, I can't do it now, but I'll do it another time. And this is what I'm learning. Compromise doesn't mean sacrifice. Compromise is, yes, I want to do it. I just can't do it now. For whatever reason, you don't want to do it. It's okay. That's compromise. Sacrifice is doing it, being pissed off about doing it, something happening from it, and then you blame the other person because they made you do it. You see the difference? This is what I feel like your big lesson is in right now. I'm just reading the messages. I'm sorry. I like all of a sudden stare and zone out. And like nobody knows what I'm looking at. Oh, Lucy White Crab. Oh, that's interesting. Saying is actually too when you showed up. I got that. Oh, so that's interesting. Janet and Jasmine. Got a cold feeling. So that was some kind of validation. So your spirit animal is the tiger and it's fire. And remember this, I'm telling you, you got like solar plexus shit going on, is the solar plexus. Solar plexus is fire, the element of fire. And I always say like either lion or tiger, that feistiness. The tiger is, I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. That was the beginning when we were talking about the energy. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. So you have the tiger energy around you. You got this. You got this. Now, as for, okay, so this doesn't apply to everyone because not everybody who picked deck 1 is pregnant or will get pregnant soon. But I feel like for maybe just one or some, there is a pregnancy. Either you're pregnant now and you're not aware of it, or you just found out. So there's something about pregnancy. For the rest of deck number 1 that does not relate to the pregnancy thing, there is definitely some kind of new beginning because you got the nurture, leadership, exploration, decisions, and strength cards. So this tells me that there is something, Two of Swords. There's something coming in for you. You have choices. You have some kind of communication coming in. And it has to do with you aligning with your passion. So whatever you do now for a living, if you don't love it and you're not passionate about it, this is why all this stuff is happening, because it's kind of pushing you into this opportunity that's coming in, which, yeah, it's going to be scary, but yes, you can survive off of doing what you love. You can. We were just told different. Now, if you already do what you love, there is some kind of expansion. And I feel like for some that have either their own business or if you have your own business, I feel like there's some kind of money coming in, some kind of partnership, either a loan, a grant, something like that. There's some kind of money coming in to expand the business. If you love what you do and you work, I feel like there's going to be a promotion and a raise coming in. So for all of deck number 1, there's some kind of change in the finances that are coming in, which is going to bring more money and a change in title. So maybe what you do now, this new position is going to give you a different title and more money. I do feel like there's money coming in without a doubt. So let's see what your numbers are. Your numbers are the number 2, the number 9, and they're Sagittarius. So if Sagittarius means something to you, they said hi. No, I'm kidding. Number 2, which is Taurus, and number 7. So let's see what I can feel with this. This one feels like I almost want to say relationship. And I feel like it's not for all of deck number 1, though. This might be specific. I feel like within the next couple of weeks, let's say within the next month. I don't want to say a couple of weeks because timing is so screwed up right now. Let's say within the next month. Something in your relationship status, if you are single, is changing. If you just met someone, then maybe you end up in a committed relationship. Or if you're single, you're going to suddenly meet someone. Something in the relationship area, if you're single, is changing. Now, the other thing is because the Sagittarius and the Taurus, I'm feeling like this has to do with business. So that money that's coming in, I feel like within the next 2 months is when you see, oh, Janet. And it's so funny because as I'm saying this, I see your name. So Janet, I feel like in the next 2 months, there's money that's going to come in, and I feel like it's unexpected. So it might be something that maybe you inquired about a while ago, or you applied for something, or maybe someone told you about it, you didn't do anything, and then it shows up again. Like you're like, oh, I did hear that. Whatever it is, take action on that, because within the next 2 months, and this isn't just for Janet, but deck number 1, within the next 2 months, you guys are definitely coming into money. How? I don't know. Play lotto. But believe in the impossible. So your angel messages, believe in the impossible, a time to give rather than take, a time for healing, and adjustments are required. And this is what's making you guys crazy. Deck number 1's going crazy because remember in the beginning I says nothing's going to go the way we think. Just roll with it. Just roll with it. We're never going to figure this shit out anyway. So might as well just go for it. Time for healing. Yes, that healing aspect. Oh, awesome, Janet. That healing aspect applies to your self-worth, self-esteem. Get your anxiety under control. Kind of start digging what you really worried about, what's making you so anxious, and explore where that's coming from. Because there is definitely a deep healing that's going on right now. And just saying you're anxious is like superficial. Why are you anxious? Where is it coming from? What is it telling you? That's the parts that you have to explore so you can heal them. A time to give rather than take. And I feel like for this aspect is you are not giving the collective, the universe, the cosmos, whatever you want to call it, the gift of your uniqueness. And if you're hiding that aspect, that's what I feel like the universe wants you to give. Instead of trying to, I can't think of the word, like base your worth on what's outside of you, the house, the car, the job, the title. Like that self-worth has to come from within you, and that is your gift back to the universe. And then you have believe in the impossible. So between this adjustments and believe in the impossible, trust me, you're never going to figure out how you're going to end up where you're going to be within the next 6 months. So just go with it. So deck number 1, I hope that resonated with you. Janet, did you pick deck number 1 or just deck number 1 seems to apply to everyone? Okay, so let's see. If you chose this card, you are trying to get it out of the deck number 2. Energy, newness, vitality. So there is some kind of rebirth going on. This card makes me feel like if you're familiar with shadow work, there's like different aspects that you go through with shadow work. And one of them is called the dark night of the soul, when you just like, pretty much you die. You die spiritually, emotionally. You really go through a shitstorm. And I feel like you're coming out of that dark night. So whatever sadness you've been in, whatever like darkness that you feel like you're in is changing. There's definitely a rebirth going on right now. without a doubt. I keep swallowing, so I don't know if you have any throat chakra stuff going on here, because yes you do. Yes you do, because I keep swallowing. I feel like I can't talk. And there's your throat chakra, and there's your solar plexus, and there is your root chakra. So it's almost similar to deck number 1. You still have the fear of finances, security, stability. Things are changing. Maybe you've been in this like darkness for so long. It's like, oh, it's never going to end. This is going to be my life. Like, how am I going to get out of this shit show? That's with this. Oh, Lucy, I'm sorry. Oh, good, Kayla. Then we have the solar plexus also. This is inner child. This is the self-doubt, lack of self-worth, insecurity. But these two cards, you see, like, your sense of security and stability is directly linked to your childhood, the way you were raised, what you heard, your beliefs about money and wealth and success. So there's some old conditioning that is showing up right now, which is why you are having a hard time speaking up. And I feel like for probably someone, or more than one, who knows, you used to sing. Like, there was something about singing, and it's something that you miss. And it's been showing up recently, like, oh, I want to sing again. And it could be the same reason, like, oh, maybe you wanted to be a singer and like you can't make money being a singer. Like, that's good as a hobby. Something like that. But for someone, I feel like that there's something about singing. Yeah, or piano. Then I just saw the piano. So someone may have played the piano in the past, and maybe you were forced to play it, and I don't know. Something with a piano also. You have power of attraction and inspiration. So this card is really pretty because I feel like you have a ton of ideas that are blooming. So a lot of, I'm trying to think how to put this into words. For, let's say, the last 18 months, you've been putting a lot of time and energy into something, and you really don't see the outcome yet. And you're in this darkness. So you're like, this was my only hope and it didn't happen. I feel like it's blooming. So it's like planting that seed. And then all of a sudden, like, every day you check it and there's nothing. Then all of a sudden there's like a little sprout coming out. And you're like, oh my God, I didn't think it was going to bloom. That's what I feel like deck number 2 is in right now. There's also bumblebees around here. And the bumblebee, to me, which resonates with this reading here with these chakra cards, the bee doesn't know aerodynamically it's not supposed to fly. So it flies because nobody told him that he can fly, because their wings are too small for their body, blah, blah, blah. But the bee flies. So for me, I feel like you're the bee. Everything you've been told that you couldn't do is the only reason why you can't do it, because somebody told you you can't do it. Not because you really can't, because somebody told you you can't and you believed it. So there is something in your mindset that is changing. And then you have the power of attraction. So this is definitely a good example of what I said earlier, that things we've been focusing on are beginning to manifest. Just when you lost hope, things are going to start showing up. So, let me put this down. I don't want to get the decks confused. So just when you lost hope in things, that's when everything is going to start blooming around you. So some of these cards are kind of like stuck together. Oh, okay. So this just happens. You just happen to have a lot of cards. Shedding the old, and you have a lobster. There is change coming. There is change coming your way. Cultivate a sense of adventure so you will be able to see new prospects. So remember that dark night I told you about that you're coming out of? There's a rebirth. There's your rebirth. You've already shedded it. So I don't feel like Kayla, I will share something afterwards about like the chakras and cleansing and balancing. I will share that. So I don't want you to think I ignored you. I just noticed it. And then there's like bots in here too. So welcome bots. So I feel like that you already went through the purge. You've been purging. So it's not like, oh my God, I still got to shed more shit. Like, I don't know what to do. You already did it. You already did it. So now think of it like you want to go on a big shopping spree, but oh my God, your closet's packed. So you clear out your closet, you donate what you're not using, and you're making room for it. That's you've already done the work. There's nothing to do. Clearing the excess. You are entering a transitional phase that would benefit from clearing away excess clutter, which is whether it's in your physical body or your physical space. So I guess in your mind, you're still clearing some stuff out. I wonder if that's why I said the closet that, okay, so this is specific. I feel like someone either went through a divorce or breakup and there's still some old shit that represents the relationship. Clear it out. Just clear it out. Oh, my friend loves dragon blood incense. Something. A good way, what I love, if you want to talk about that, the aura spray that I was talking about, the energy spray, lemongrass mixed with moon water, put it in a spray bottle, shake it, and that will cleanse your energetic field. When it comes to chakras, I feel it, and this is going for like deck number 2 also because there's some kind of balancing going on. That's why I'm bringing it up. That's why I'm addressing it now. Chakras constantly change based on what we think because it's the energy aspect of our mind complex. So our chakras can constantly change. In this case, deck number 2 has these 3 chakras, right? And I feel like because they're having a hard time speaking, they're holding a lot. See, I can't swallow every time I pick up this card. They're holding a lot of energy in the throat chakra. So the best way to balance out any of the chakras is to, like for instance, throat chakra, sing, scream, do something that helps you be vocal. If your solar plexus is fire, do something that you're passionate about, something that you love to do, something you can lose time in. Sacral chakra is the emotions and you're feeling very emotional. Dance. Why do you think dancing is the best way to snap out of a shitty mood? Because it resonates with that chakra. That chakra is water. Water represents movement. So to balance that chakra, you get moving. So I feel like for deck number 2, remember what you like to be silly. Be silly and kind of balance out your chakras as you did as a kid. Whether it's singing, dancing, there's definitely something about singing. I keep going back to the singing. I can't. Like, I really thought that this was like someone. I can't. And you know what makes me crazy is that all the other social media outlets that I've been doing these circles for 6 years. And I always get like booted off or whatever it is. And yet there are like bots that can come in and like all this crazy shit, and they just like continue to do it. I don't understand. Like, it just, so you go after human people, but you can't go after the bots that you've created, which is just great. That is the best way, Kayla. It's the best way. What about singing, for instance? Think of the things that we naturally do. You went through a breakup, because I feel like deck number 2 went through some kind of separation, breakup, divorce, whatever it is. What do we do when we are heartbroken? We listen to love songs and sing to them so we can cry, right? I mean, I know I'm not the only one who does this, but yet there's something in it that is healing, that is comforting, that helps you move through it, right? Because maybe in the relationship you didn't get to say what you wanted to say, or maybe like for some reason there was no closure or whatever it is. Same thing like with dancing. Like, you're feeling like I don't know, I'm just feeling bad, I'm just sad today. So you blast the music, you start dancing like, like a weirdo, keep the window shut. Otherwise your neighbors will be like, oh, she's at it again. Actually, don't. Keep the windows open. But then all of a sudden you feel better. So I want deck number 2 to think about the things that you're feeling. You're feeling anxious, right? That's the solar plexus. Solar plexus is your confidence, your secure. It's your power chakra. So that's where we store anxiety, self-doubt, lack of motivation. Because remember, its opposite also resides there. And the solar plexus is fire. So to me, passion, when I think of passion, I think of fire, right? So when I feel like I am doubting myself, or I need to motivate myself, I will light candles. I will burn shit. I will write stuff down and burn it. I love, Leo is my moon sign, so I like burning shit. But doing that act helps balance that energy. So if you feel like you're anxious or whatever, sorry, an Amber Alert just went on my phone, scared the crap out of me. So if you're feeling anxious, do something. Anxiety is fear of the future. Depression is fear of the past. So you're dwelling, most people when they're depressed, they're stuck in a loop of the past. People who are anxious are stuck in the loop of the future. It's fear of the future. So whatever is making you anxious, remember, you're not present. And the easiest way, not that I'm saying it's easy by no means, but the easiest way to come out of an anxiety, I don't want to say anxiety attack, but like those moments when you feel very anxious, is bring yourself to the moment. Go for a walk, look at the sky, look at plants, look at something that, light a candle and stare at the flame. Because when you're present, you're not anxious. The anxiety is coming from that fear of the future. So for deck number 2, because I feel like even deck number 1 had a lot of anxiety. Be present. Come back to the moment. Do something that's going to bring you into the present moment. Because if you think about it, we are so caught up in what happened and what may or may not happen, but we're always worried about that. And there are so many moments right now that we miss out on because we don't even fucking notice them. Because we're so caught up in the past or the future, we forget that we are creating these moments right now. And whatever choice we are making in our crazy minds is what's creating what we're going to experience. So this is like a good way to bring yourself to the present moment, and whatever it is you choose. If you like practicing magic and rituals, then there's so many rituals out there you can do to help make yourself feel better. If that's not your thing, there's still so many things. Coloring is great. Journaling, awesome. Meditating, don't not meditate because you think it's too hard. Find your way to meditate. Meditate could be sitting outside, staring at the tree, or staring at the sky, or just smelling the air. Stand outside in silence and just observe the sounds that you hear, the sounds that are close to you, and then expand it out into beyond those sounds. What else do you hear? What's in the distance? Doing that simple act will bring you to the moment, and you won't be anxious. You won't be depressed. You won't be scared. You won't be anything because you're in the moment. So now I'm going to read the messages. Yes, music does help. I have blue kyanite. I do use it. I do use it. It's also good for if you have neurological problems, it's good for your nervous system. Oh, I'm sorry, Kayla, about your mom. Kayla, did you hear when I felt like that there was a mother or mother figure that passed that was around someone? I mean, that might have been for you. Honestly, I don't remember what I said, but I'm going to, what is it called? Timestamp these. But it was in deck number 1 that I felt a female mother, grandmother figure. She was around someone, and I don't remember what else I said, but and that could have been you. And there's no doubt, Kayla, that she's with you. There is no doubt, especially if you think of her and you feel her. Okay, sorry, deck number 2. We went off. And that is, okay, so there's some serious abduction going on, and my phone's just not stopping. I'm sorry. So let your personality shine. You have something no one else has that makes you who you are. Stop comparing yourself to others. So this is that rebirth. This is you really getting to know who you are, facing your fears. And I don't know why. This just makes me laugh. This, because these are pretty fish, but just his face. Look at his face. Like, just look at his face. And it's facing your fears. So this is like, I don't know. It's just like, yeah, you want to mess with me? Go ahead. Go ahead. That's the kind of feeling I feel from it. Look at ways to strengthen your connection to the universe and others. Stay peaceful and calm in the knowing of who you are. So definitely stepping into your power. Life is better together. Seek assistance from your community. Connect with family, friends, and others who will support you. So you definitely have a supportive tribe around you. Just don't get too caught up in who you think they should be, because that's where we get disappointed. We think certain people should be our support system, and then they're not. Definitely number 7 is big for you, because these stood out to me. You have deception, crown chakra. So the number 7 is coming out a lot, and patience. So this, hang on, because I feel like it's funny. Remember I said someone that you feel like should be your support system, but they're not? I feel like someone that you want to believe is part of your support system is not. There's someone that's envious of you. Let's put it that way. And intuitively, you know this. But your lack of self-worth is making you second guess that, because you can't understand why this person would be envious of you. And they are. And they're envious of your uniqueness. They're envious because you're you. And I feel like that you need to let go of this person. This person, we don't know how people or situations are holding us back until we get out of it. We think we have shit under control, but it's the moment we release it and we totally disconnect from it, it's that moment that we realize how much it was draining us, sucking the life out of us. I don't think you really understand the degree that this person is weighing you down, that they're contributing to your doubt and insecurity. That's what I feel like with this person. But then you have High Priestess, so definitely intuition is on fire. 7 of Cups and 6 of Swords. So something is definitely changing and shifting. And how this person kind of evaporates from your life, it's going to happen. And either you consciously make the choice to do it, or the universe is going to, like, bam, do it for you. Either way, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be, I can't think of the word. It's not just, it's going to be like a death. You know, like when you break up with someone, and I don't necessarily feel like this person, you're in a romantic relationship with them, but I do feel like that they are someone that's very important to you, or was, and you have a history and a lot of time invested in this relationship, but you know it's coming to an end. You know it's coming to an end. It came to an end a long time ago. Let me rephrase that. It came to an end a long time ago. It's time to just allow it to be released. Oh, look at you guys with romance. So let me see something. Oh, so you have romance and perfect timing. And then you have the card no. So when yes or no comes out, I always feel like it's something that someone keeps asking over and over again, waiting for a different answer. And they keep getting the same answer. So you already know whatever the question is that you're getting no now, you already know that. And I feel like in this case, this romance is not who you think. I feel like you're feeling, because it's possible that this relationship is not an actual relationship yet, but I feel like you know the person. It's just that it's not the person you think, if that makes sense. I just want to see my twin flame cards. Hang on a second. Doesn't feel like it's the person you think. Okay, passion, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And there's the singing again. And free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So it's funny because the word control is standing out to me. And that's what I think you're trying to control. But you can't control what's for your highest and greatest good. We don't know. Like if this, and the reason I don't do a lot of like twin flame readings and stuff, I don't want people to get caught up in the idea that this is my twin and this is how I'm supposed to be with, and I'm just going to wait for them to wake up. Like, no, that's not the purpose of the relationship. The purpose is however you are meant to teach each other to grow, become whole and complete. Not all the time it means you're going to be with this person forever, or even in a committed relationship that isn't like a shitstorm. So if you feel like there is a specific person you want to be in this romance that you're coming into, you're telling the universe, I don't deserve better than this. I know what's best for me. I know out of all the potential people and energies on the planet, this is the one that is perfect for me. You come from scarcity. You're coming from lack. Let it go. If it's them, great. If it's not, what difference does it make? This or something better? And I think you need to control your life and not how things are going to go or who is meant to come into your life. Remember, it's always for your highest and greatest good, right? Highest and greatest good. That's all that counts. Maybe it's this person. Maybe it's not. Maybe you need to be with this person first before the other person comes back. And I don't know, the universe has like a crazy way to do things. What's interesting is that I feel like you have Capricorn here. And to me, this either Capricorn resonates with you, the number 10, 4, and 2. Oh, and 5, sorry. The number 7 was before. 5, 10, 4, and 2 are the other numbers that somehow may be resonating with you. But so either there is a Capricorn in your life, but I feel like this has to do with some kind of something you've been organizing, something that you've been focusing on. Once again, it's going back to the manifesting. There is, oh, there you go. Oh my God. Fireflies, double Capricorn. I am a Taurus. We are so opposite. Capricorns are so detail oriented and planned, and they love lists. I mean, I love my list too, but Capricorns blow the list aspect away. So I feel like for deck number 2, you're coming into money. Whether, and it doesn't feel like it's a raise. It feels like, oh, Cancer rising. Wow, that's so interesting, Firefly. I don't feel like it's a raise. I feel like this is unexpected money. Like you are going to win something, or something you forgot about shows up. Like, what the hell is it called? Unclaimed money. You know, like you could go to the website, unclaimed money, to see if like somebody owes you money somewhere. That's what I feel like this is. You're coming into unexpected money. Or it could even be lotto. Like, I mean, lotto is unexpected money, right? I mean, I expect to win. I don't. So from now on, I'll not expect to win. And then it's unexpected, right? So it could be scratch offs too. I see somebody scratching off. And I don't know if somebody recently won $50 on a scratch off, because I just saw a scratch off with $50. So it's possible that someone did a scratch off and won $50, or probably after seeing this, you win $50. Please let me know, because that would be cool. Because I specifically see someone scratching off and winning $50. So in the next couple of months, you're coming into unexpected money. And as for this whole like shift that's taken place, just hang in there for the next couple of weeks. Oh, look, we have Sag and Cancer, Sag, Virgo. Wow, Amy, Sag, Virgo, Sag. Yes, absolutely, Kayla. I will, you can, I don't even know, like because I forget I'm on YouTube. I would just give out my number, but then who knows who the hell's going to call me. But honestly, it doesn't matter. So here, I'm going to type it. You can just shoot me a text. I don't answer my cell if it's unknown number. So shoot me a text. And I was just reading Amy's thing. Shoot me a text, and this way I know that it's you. Yeah, I mean, anyone else in YouTube world wants to message me. Honestly, it's not really any different than bombarding me on Facebook or anywhere else. So, and it is a business line. So whatever. It's better than getting those random. I remember I was getting like random Facebook video chats for a while of guys doing stuff that I'm like, and one time I went to hit, like ignore, and I hit answer, And yeah, it was a very interesting video that I got. And I was like, and there was this older lady I was watching, and she's like, what's that? I'm like, oh my God, I don't know. And I had to like shut it off because I went to ignore it, and I ended up answering it. So yeah, those days are gone though. Sometimes I wonder about those days. Now your angel messages. Don't let pride get in your way. Balance spirituality and practicality. Surrender to the divine. And this really sums up your whole reading. A new start. Ooh, that went really close. A new start is coming. So there is a lot of new changes coming to you. And you know what? I was going to say all the readings, but this is only deck number 2. I feel like you guys it'll be easier for you to embrace these changes because you're coming out of this darkness, that it's almost refreshing to see the change, because just that something's changing is enough for you. So I feel like so far, deck number 2 will have the easiest time in this transition, because it's like, a breath of fresh air to come out of this darkness. Your spirit animal is the sea otter, which is happiness. And the penguin standing out to me. Don't know if penguin resonates with any of you guys. Be the master of playful living. Goes back to that inner child thing we were talking about earlier. Release expectations and enjoy every day. Let worry go and instead choose love. Surrender to the waves. Your good destiny of love is sure. So you went through the worst part. Let's put it that way. You went through the worst part. And I know you're laughing at my Facebook calls. I know you're laughing at that. The worst part is over. So there is nothing. Don't prepare for something bad to happen or continue to happen, because you've already been through it. So just let go of it. Go with the flow. Enjoy this time. And now I'm going to go read the messages. Virgo, Sun. Okay, I am a Libra. I am a Taurus Sun, a Libra rising, and a Leo moon. And thank God for the Libra, or I'd really be a hot mess. That's all I got to say. Okay, so now we're going to do deck number 3. Deck number 3 is like, oh, please just read my deck already. Here it is. Deck number 3. And you have resurrection. So this is recovery, comeback. So not only and if you think about it, like these 3 decks went in order. The first one is kind of like discovery. The second one so far was about rebirth. The third one is about implementing all of it. So I feel like if you pick deck number 3, you're getting ready to implement all the work, everything that you've been focused. There's way too many cards. So, I wanted the chakra cards. Where are they? Okay, so like almost everybody has the same chakra cards. You have heart chakra, sacral chakra, and root chakra. So deck number 3. I almost feel like, now I'm not saying all of deck number 3 has this issue, but I feel like there's a lot of emotional eating going on lately. Deck number 3 is going through, I just feel a lot of water. So either a lot of you guys are water signs, or you're just in like this water energy of an emotional roller coaster. I do feel like there was some kind of separation for some when it comes to relationship. There was like a change in the home. Either you had to move, or there's definitely some kind of like separation. I don't want to say breakup, because it feels like separation. It could be like you lived with your parents and you moved into your own place, or you lived with someone and then you moved, like something like that. And I feel like a lot of your emotional trauma, I almost want to say, is coming from your lack of trust. You don't feel like you can trust anyone, that no one's going to be there for you, that maybe you feel like you don't have friends, or you don't have anyone you can talk to or depend on. Like there's this lonely feeling for deck number 3, which is an illusion, because I do feel like deck number 3's emotional eating. If you're obviously, this would only apply to females, but I feel like there is something with like cramps, painful periods, maybe excessive bleeding, endometriosis, something like that. I feel like something I'm not saying that if you don't have this, that's what's going to happen. Remember, it's collective. I'm just picking up on whatever shows up. So it could be just one person, or it could be a couple that can relate to this. But definitely, I keep wanting to say like emotional eating. Emotional eating. Like you're stuffing your feelings down. You don't want to deal with them. You're having a hard time dealing with your emotions, and you're trying. You're trying to share. You're trying to be vulnerable with people around you. Trying to trust them and share like emotional secrets, I almost want to say, because I feel like you think emotions are bad. It's a sign of weakness, and it's not. Oh, Kayla had the B. That was funny because the B came up before. So let's see. Oh, you have a lot. Okay, so you have a lot of hot stuff going on, and I feel like, and I have this when I picked up the cards too. Now, I'm not saying someone's having a heart attack, but I feel pressure on my chest. So either you get a lot of panic attacks, anxiety attack, panic, anxiety, same shit. Like shortness of breath, like maybe you hyperventilate really easy. You know, when you get scared, it like sometimes it'll be in your stomach, sometimes it'll be in your chest. I feel like there's a lot of you storing a lot of your energy in your heart chakra. I do feel like whatever you've been doing, whether it's some kind of meditation or visualization that you've been doing or music you're listening to, is opening up your heart chakra. So whatever you're doing something right, you're doing something good. It's just that you store a lot of your emotional pain in your chest. And you have a lot of heart chakra stuff. So I'm going to get to these cards in a minute, because this feels like it's going in a different direction. And I want to see with this heart chakra. So Pandora's gift. And I feel like for this card, she's like removing the mask. So there is this aspect of you that you heal, that you felt like you had to either suppress who you are or like not share who you are because there was something wrong with you, or somebody had you believing that there was something wrong. Like maybe, oh my God, you're so emotional, and really you suppress them, and you're like, oh my God, like, do I not feel anything anymore? So it's something like that. And I feel like you're you're unleashing who you really are. That's what it comes down to. You're unleashing who you really are. And guys, any of those like bot things that come up, and some of them may have links, please don't click on it, because I know they scam, and I don't know if they put a virus or they steal the information on your computer. So just ignore these bot idiots. And I wanted to say that because I heard that someone clicked on it, and just ignore them. Bond, you can leave me a love offering if you'd like. Then you have legacy of light. And I feel like this is you connecting with your ancestors. So either you're doing some kind of ritual. It feels more like meditations, that you're doing these meditations to connect to your astral family, your ancestors, galactic family, like people that aren't here physically on Earth. We'll put it that way. You're connecting to other members of your support system, telepathically, energetically, especially through meditation. And which brings me back to this. Every journey starts with a single step. So if you look at her, she has like a luggage here and it's cracked open and all the butterflies are coming out, right? So it feels like that this is you. Remember from the beginning of your reading, I says that you're implementing everything. This is it. These massive changes that you're experiencing is taking you into a whole new life. And if you look at all these cards, they all have a lot of light. This has light, this has light, this has light. There's all kinds of light. So you're coming into a whole other light. Just reading the messages because there was a whole bunch of bot shit. I was reading Kayla's. I forget that I'm the only one that knows what's going on in my crazy ass mind. Kayla, tonight is a good night to do a burning ritual. So meditation brings answers. Ask help from others and no need to worry. So we're going to go back to your chakra cards. Your emotional eating. You're stressing out, right? Ask help from others, but you don't feel like you have anyone who you can trust, depend on, open up to, and remember, your tribe is not usually the people that you think. It's not who you thought were your friends. It's probably not your family. It's always different people. It's the people that you chose each other. You just weren't born into it. And there are a lot of people around you that are willing and ready to help you and help you get into this role so you can unpack your luggage and open up your luggage of butterflies. You're just afraid. You're definitely afraid to trust any of that. You have no need to worry, right? And now we're going into the finance aspect of it. So remember, root chakra, your finances, your sense of security, support, stability. Maybe you think that's being challenged right now, but what's really challenging you is your emotions. This is where the challenge is coming from. Owning who you are and how you feel about things. Be okay with thinking at some point that someone influenced how you feel about yourself. Own it, feel it, get to know what it's saying. Then you can change it. If you just stuff them, you're never going to know what it is and where it's coming from. So I feel like two different things. Okay, so you have financial and material changes, partnerships, and alliances. So these two, is there something when it comes to business, career, so whether you own a business or you're thinking of starting one, or if you love what you do, but there's something you want to add to it, and maybe you're thinking about going to school, because I feel like someone's getting some kind of certification in something, like they're going to level up in their position somehow with some kind of certification or degree or something like that. But the ones that either own a business or they're looking to start a business, whatever you need, you have. And I know you think, and this is the feeling that I'm getting. So I feel like you kind of made yourself stay stuck for financial reasons because you felt like that's what you needed to do to get where you want to go. But the truth is, not that I'm saying you don't need money, but you don't need the money to start doing what you want to do or to expand what you do. You don't need the money. What you need is assistance. What you need are people around you that can lend you their skills, gifts, talents. That's what you need. You don't need the money. So I feel like you have everything you need around you right now. It's just that, and I don't want to say you're too proud to ask. I feel like you aren't secure in yourself to ask. Like, it has nothing to do with pride. It has to do with like, well, what if I mess up? What if it doesn't work? What if I do something wrong? Like, it's that self-doubt that is really the catalyst to why you're not putting it out there. So you're trying to do everything yourself. And the truth is, what I'm learning, because I'm like restructuring my entire life, my business, everything, which is probably why I'm not, if I haven't called you back or answered you yet, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just that my head is all over the place. And what I am learning is the only way we can move forward is by taking everything that interests us. Everything. Do this, do 100 things. And I know we've been conditioned to think, focus on one thing and just do it right. And that doesn't work. Take everything that you're passionate about, that you love, that you're interested in, and put it all out there and see what comes back to you. See what people respond to. See what works. From there is how you're going to build something amazing. If you sit and wait until you perfect it and get this money and then the plan, and it's not, I'm telling you, it's not going to work. Didn't work for me. I don't think it's going to work for you either, because if you think about it, and this was my epiphany today, we here on earth to grow and expand through experience, right? So I want my life to be a certain way. So if I sit around and wait for the money to get it and my plan and put my plan into action, really, what did I learn? That I know how to plan shit? But we know the universe doesn't work that way. The universe wants you to put out 100 things. Whatever it is that you're interested in, and this goes for everyone, whatever it is that you're interested in, and I'm telling you because this is what I'm doing now, put it out there. Put it out there. Try all of it. See what comes back. See how the universe is responding to you. The things that respond to you is where you put more energy in and feed it. And eventually you will narrow down what it is that you want to do, you're meant to do, that you're passionate about doing it. That's what the universe, that's why we're here, to experience all the fuckery from everything. And it's not really that bad. I think we're just so afraid to screw shit up that even when we plan it, we screw it up. So what difference does it make? Right? Whether I work a plan and I have 12 failed businesses, does that make it any better than me doing 12 businesses at the same time and see what works? If they're going to fail, they're going to fail. That's the way it was meant to happen. It's the experience. And I'll never forget, and I've shared this so many times. I had a teacher when I was in school, when I was doing the hypnosis and I was getting my degree. And she said, because she knew I had no patience, the journey is the destination. And I was like, yeah, I know the journey is the destination, but I did not understand it until probably a year ago. The journey, getting to what you think is the destination, is the destination. The fuck ups along the way is the destination. That is the whole point of it. So just put it out there. Don't sit around and wait for the perfect moment, because it's never going to happen. Okay, I'm going to read the message. Oh, wait. Of course, bots had to go off. Oh, Firefly, you're in eight. No, you're 2 hours behind me, or did I miss something? The beach is great to cleanse you, even in your mind. Remember, whether you practice magic or you want to do something like ritualistic, everything is about intention. If you go to the beach and you're like, I'm going to cleanse myself, and just visualize the waves coming in, feeding you energy. And as the waves pull it out, it pulls it out. You will like balance yourself like this. It's all about intention. Oh, wow, Janet. You're coming into something soon. You're coming into something soon, Janet. Just reading like what you just wrote. Because earlier I said something and I don't know. You answered it and I felt like that was for you. Yeah, see, we're not meant to do things. We're not meant to do things alone. We are wired, genetically wired to be social, to interact with each other, to feed off each other. I don't know why we ever started learning that we need to do everything ourselves. Like, it's not a sign of weakness. I think it takes a lot of strength and power and confidence to ask for help, because nobody does it. Everybody's trying, I'll do it, I'll fuck it up myself, but I'll do it. But to ask for help, it takes that sense of security and confidence. So guys, don't be afraid um, to ask for help. Kayla, your mom's showing up all over the place with the dolphins. Yeah, Janet, just something big is coming to you. Back to deck number 3. See, my ADD lets me wander. Sorry, guys. I try to work on that. You have love begins, discontent and boredom, and then, of course, the heart chakra. So now, this doesn't necessarily mean a relationship is going to happen, especially if you're already in a relationship. It doesn't mean like another relationship is going to happen. So take it as it resonates. But I feel like in this instance, the love begins because love, career, business is the same energy. It feels the same. I don't even know how to explain it, but to me, it holds the same energy. So if I feel like something has to do with relationships, unless I get details, and depending what details I feel, it could also mean business or money. It's the same energy. So when you see something that says love begins and you couldn't give a shit less about relationships or anything like that, doesn't mean they're only talking about that. You take the energy as it resonates with you. You definitely could apply any love energy into business and read it. If you're like on YouTube looking at different readers, read it that way. Take that energy and relate to it the way it makes sense to you. Doesn't always necessarily mean like romantic love is coming into your life. It could also be business. And I feel like for deck number 3, I feel like the changes that's going on, I don't even remember what I said earlier because I just channel stuff. So if I'm repeating it, I'm sorry. But there's some kind of like you starting a business, you going off into something. I feel like you're not unhappy with what you're doing now. There's something that feels stagnant. There's something that is like you need to let go of it. Like whether if it's an existing business, you need to evolve it. Like there's too much stagnant energy around it. It needs to expand and grow. Or if you're at like a job and you're just miserable there and you wish that you can have a YouTube channel. Who says you can't? Why? Because it's something you love to do, because it sounds easy. Trust me, it's not easy. It's not easy. I am still trying to figure out the lighting, and I'm not even getting into the videos and stuff, but don't let that discourage you. Just do it. I'm right next to you screwing shit up. Just do it, because you don't know what comes of it. Where you are now, it is stagnant. Something okay, so this is an interesting feeling. there is something like I don't want to say it's an old feeling, but there is, where's the other card? Oh, okay. So there feels like that there's some kind of old conditioning, something that you're holding in your heart space, some kind of belief system, old conditioning belief system, however you want to word that. There's something like that that is not forcing you, but is making you feel guilty that, oh, I want more and I should be happy with this stagnant energy. Like, does that make sense? There's something you're settling for because of a belief system, and you're feeling bad that you want more, you want to grow, you want to expand. So I feel like there's like a lot of expansion going on for deck number 3, and that guilt is just coming from some old. Oh, but there is a relationship. See, I even said it, Spirit. If this has to do with the relationship, let me know. Okay, so you have 2 of Cups, 6 of Wands, Ace of Cups, Prince of Wands, 8 of Cups. So you have a lot of cups. So there's definitely water energy, which is Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Those 3 signs, which is very strong water. And the other signs is fire: Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. But I feel like there's a lot of water. I'm feeling like there's a lot of water energy. So funny, because the signs that showed up for you are Aquarius, Pisces, and Scorpio. So definitely the water signs is around you. And this has to do with love. This one has to do with relationships, because I already read the business one. So I guess they want me to read the love. Okay, so remember the heart chakra? Remember this one? Trust. Opening yourself up, making yourself vulnerable. This situation requires you. This situation is calling you to have faith, trust. So there is definitely someone around you. I feel like you know this person. Whether you're thinking of them in this way or not, you know this person. Flirt. Extend your lighthearted energy to others. So I feel like there's a lot of flirting going on with this person. Maybe you're not taking it serious. Maybe you think, oh, yeah, this is just our thing. They really don't feel this for me. They do. They do. They don't do that with everyone. Let's put it that way. There's some kind of chemistry between you and this person. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So let's see the numbers. We have the number 12, which is popular, 11 and 8. So I feel like you and this person share a lot of the same like past, in a sense. Like your emotional, I'm going to say issues. Your emotional issues, your trust issues, you share with them. They have the same experiences in the past that cause the same beliefs that you're that's what you share. What you have now, you guys are sharing that. I got the message and then I forgot what the message was. Like, it happens. So I feel like there is a tad lack of communication with this person, in the sense where maybe you're not talking about serious things or about like Maybe it's very lighthearted, like, oh yeah, we should get together, but like nothing's written in stone. Like it's something, it feels like it's not solid. If that, I feel like it's not solid. And there's stuff that they want to say, and I'm going to pull the cards. And I know I didn't do this for the other decks, guys, but if it came out, I would have. But I feel like deck number 3, and maybe this applies to everyone. See if this resonates with you in some way. The timing wasn't right for us. So it could be that you met this person in the past, but nothing came of it, and now you reunited in some way. It was my fault, but I blamed you. This is what's interesting because you got a lot of numbers in your deck. I'm speaking to you through numbers. So pay attention to not just the time, channels, how many people saw your post. Like, check all the numbers that are on here. We got 11 and 7, which you have 11 here. 11 and 12 are big, and 8. 7 was, I think, either deck 1 or 2. I'm getting the courage to share how I feel. I want to prove myself to you. I'm so in love with you. So there is some kind of history here with this person. There is like some kind of reuniting. And remember, it doesn't necessarily have to be like a year ago. It could have been 30 years ago. Like it doesn't matter. Time is fluid. It doesn't, like I said, let it fit the way it resonates. So let's see. We have persistent drive. See what you desire and move toward that goal. So see the shark? Dun, dun, I always think of Jaws like dun 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 dun. Remember the beginning of your reading? I says this is about like implementing everything. This is about putting everything into action. Convey your meaning. Reflect on the way you communicate with others and with yourself. So I feel like this one is pay attention to how you see others. The thoughts that you say in your head when you're around other people, like if you find yourself like judging them or pointing something out, doesn't mean you're a shitty person. It just means that's how you talk to yourself, and the universe wants to reflect that self-talk through this person. So just pay attention to how you're seeing other people, because there is definitely some kind of mirror reflection going on. Total submersion. Don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project, interest, or goal. Give 100% of your energy and you will find what your life has been lacking. And this is exactly what your the beginning of your reading was saying. So your angel messages. It's time to release negativity. Prosperity lies ahead. And a fiery climax approaches. And I don't know why the Aries is standing out to me. And Aries is like end of March, beginning of April. And I feel like something in March and April, something big is coming to you. Some big change is coming to you. And your animal is lizard, regeneration. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt. Embrace your transformation. Put on your new cloak. You are the master of rejuvenation. So, yeah, there was no other animals that rejuvenate. So you're definitely in everyone, all of us overall, we've already went through the worst. Let's put it that way. The worst is gone. It already happened, and we survived it. So now it's just about things falling into place. Just hang in there, because as things fall into place, they may be uncomfortable and very, very unfamiliar. It does not mean it's bad. It just means it's changing. At one point, what we are used to now was, different to us. It was unknown to us, but we become accustomed to it and we got used to it. That's all this new energy that's coming in is. It's just unknown. And eventually one day it's going to be known to us and it's going to be expected. It's just something different. It doesn't make it bad. Now I'm going to read all the messages. Kayla, did you get my number? Because I know this chat doesn't stay on the video. So, well, Kayla, all the decks are usually going to resonate to some degree, and that's okay. So, you're welcome, Shelly. So here's my little rituals that I do for the full moon, especially tonight. So you can make a bath tea. Now remember, a witch improvises. If you don't have everything, not that I'm saying you need everything, use what you have. If you don't know, ask yourself, trust your intuition. That's it. I am not a guru. I am just doing based on my own intuition. That's what you're going to do. So tonight, mix baking soda and Epsom salt, even amounts. Now you can take a bath with this. You can do a foot soak, or you can seep it in a pot of steaming water, boil water, and then take it off. Don't boil the herbs and everything in it. Like seep it like a tea, and then take cups of it and pour it from the top of your head down in the shower. And that's how you're going to cleanse yourself. You don't need to necessarily take a bath. You can rinse yourself down with it. So remember that. If something's saying, oh, bath tea, and you don't have a bathtub, you can do it that way too. It's the same thing, because what you are doing is cleansing your aura. You are cleansing your energy field. The baking soda and Epsom salt combination, which is exactly half and half, like let's say you take a half a cup of Epsom salt, a half a cup of baking soda. That restructures your cellular memory. So anything you're releasing, it kind of seals any tears in your aura and anything like that. I like to throw a handful of Himalayan salt into the mix. You don't need it. If you don't have baking soda and just Epsom salt, fine. Use what you have. But the combination of those two are the bomb. Trust me. Then you're going to take as many herbs from this list as you want. It could be one. It could be all, how many I have? I think 6 or 7 of them. It could be that. Of course, make sure you're not allergic to them, because you will be pouring this on your body or submerging yourself in a tub with it. Lavender, comfrey, jasmine, rosemary, vervain, sage, and rue. All of those are great to take a full moon cleansing bath with, to cleanse your energy, to cleanse your aura, to clear your chakras. Anything with your energetic and spiritual bodies will be cleansed with these herbs. Of course, your physical body will too, but we can do that with soap. So once again, the herbs are lavender, and lavender is good for love and prosperity as well. So you can add the intention into that if you want, like clear out any financial blocks or blocks when it comes to love. Like you can add that in with the lavender in your intention of mixing. Comfrey, jasmine, and rosemary are very good for confidence and anything that's hindering your confidence and your self-esteem. Vervain, sage, and rue are just great to cleanse. You can like burn that like a smudge stick, like it's usually sage. Rue is really good to burn, but it does make a lot of smoke. So Just be mindful of that. If you live in a small apartment, like, it gets very smoky. The other thing that I do is I have a little spray bottle, which I can't reach it. It's over there. A little spray bottle. I mix my moon water, which I make during the full moon, and like 10, 15 drops of lemongrass essential oil. Shake it up. I usually put a crystal in my jar, like a quartz or a black tourmaline or like whatever I feel like just a little crushed piece of crystal. Shake it up and spray it. I spray myself from head to toe before I leave the house. I spray it in the morning. I spray before I go to bed. I spray my house, my pillow. I spray even the dog, my friend's dog. I spray the dog. That cleanses the energy in the air, in the space, on your body. It literally absorbs negative energy, and that's lemongrass. That's all you need. 10, 15 drops of lemongrass, mix it with water, shake it up, spray it. Perfect aura chakra spray, whatever you want to call it, because I know that shit, I've seen them really expensive. I make a combination of mine, but I use like 4 different oils and herbs in it. But honestly, you can make your own. All you need is lemongrass. Works perfect. I'm just reading the messages. Meditation. Before I forget, on the 22nd, I am going to be doing a group meditation for the 2/22/2022. So I was thinking like, oh, we should do it at 2/22. And then we're like, let's face it, Emery. Let's be happy if I remember the day. So on the 22nd of this month, which, what the hell's today? I think next week, we'll be doing a meditation. And I want to do it's the portal activation, but it's also going to be a higher heart activation. And normally my in-person meditations, I would do like 2 meditations. We would do a short one and then go into another one and do another short one. So I'm thinking that we will do 2 different meditations, because when you meditate and then you wake up and go back into meditation, you go into a deeper trance. So the first part will be a meditation. The second part is going to be a hypnosis. So that is my intention for the 22nd. We're going to be clearing out whatever needs to be cleared out and embrace like this new energy that we're in. And that's going to be on the 22nd at 8:30 here on, where am I? YouTube. I forgot where I was. The other water that is good to use, especially right now, is rose water, because Leo is also about self-love, self-care, February is about love. It doesn't necessarily mean relationships. It's self-love. It's self-care. Take a handful of rose petals, or you can buy like a rose tea. I like doing it with the rose petals. I dry out rose petals. I seep them in a pot of water. So I boil water, take it off the stove. As it's steaming, I throw my herbs in. To me, that's what seeping means. I don't even know if that's the right way to say it, but that's what I do. Because if you boil the herbs in it, it has a different effect. Don't do that. You seep the rose petals. It depends. I wait till it cools off a little bit, till it's like warm. Then I strain it and put it in a spray bottle, and I spray that on my skin before I put face cream on, before I put my makeup on, to set my makeup. Like during the day, you want like a hydration boost. Use the rose water. It's amazing for your skin, and it smells good. The other way to cleanse your space and yourself is smudging. Now, smudging does not necessarily mean you have to spend $300 on a smudge stick. You do not need to. You can get loose herbs and burn them. A little secret, if you want to make sage like cones, when they have the crushed sage at the where they sell the herbs, like in the supermarket, the spices. I couldn't think of the word. They have like the not crushed, the powdered sage, like you rub the chicken with. Take a couple of teaspoons of that Mix it with very, very little water, just enough to make a paste. And then squeeze them into like the cone shapes, or even you can make like a little disc. Let it dry for a day or two, depending on, where you live. And all you do is light it and it will smudge. And then you made a sage smudge, a sage cone, and you can smudge your house with that. So don't feel like you need to get expensive things. You don't. It's all about intention. You want to use sage to cleanse. You can use sage. You can use any sage. I'm growing sage right now. And I mean, obviously they're not dried out yet, so I can't burn it. So I used the dried sage spices that I bought at Publix. So you can use that as a smudge too. So right now I want to do a visualization with you guys. So you're going to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and we're going to envision a protection bubble that you can activate at any time. So whenever I feel like that I am around people who are draining my energy, who I just want to be invisible to, like whatever it is, whenever I feel like I need to be protected, I say to myself, protection ball, activate, or energy ball, activate. And then I take this visualization and I envision myself in this ball. So what you're going to do is get to know what your protection ball looks like. So close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, just feel your body, the energy of it shift. And now imagine a light, whatever color light, is pouring in through the top of your head. And it's filling your body up, going out through the soles of your feet, planting you firmly into the earth. And it's just filling your body up with this light. And as it does, you can feel this bubble expand out from your physical body about 3 feet out, enveloping you in this bubble of light. And you know you're protected and you're safe and you're guided in this bubble. No one can enter this bubble without your permission. No one can harm you. No one can do anything to you without your permission. And now I want you to command this bubble to activate every time you say something. So you can say an affirmation, a mantra, or just a word. You can say protection ball, activate. When I tell you to activate and I say whatever it is that you want to say, you activate and you protect me and shield me with love and light. And just get to know this bubble. Learn to communicate with it because it is always there to keep you safe and protected. And let it know when you say a specific word or phrase, it knows when to envelop you in this love and light of protection. Now just thank this bubble for always being there, knowing that you are divinely guided, protected, safe and secure in pure love and pure light. Take a deep breath in, fill your entire body with this energy. And as you exhale, allow the roots from the soles of your feet deeply plant into the earth's core. And then open your eyes when you're ready. That is something that I taught my daughter to do at a very young age. And I always use the example of the Wizard of Oz when she puts Dorothy in the bubble. However you imagine the bubble is perfect for you. Whatever color it is, it's perfect for you. This bubble is always there to protect you. to keep you safe, to keep you secure, and in love and light. So anytime you feel threatened in any way, activate this bubble. Anytime you feel like you want to be invisible to certain people because maybe they drain your energy, activate this bubble. Anytime you feel like you need extra love and light, activate this bubble. Because what you can do once you're in this bubble, you can also send it to other people. So once you're protected in this bubble, you can send this light out to anyone you wish to protect them and send them love and light. But it's always, always very important for you to protect yourself. You can do this before a meditation, before a trance, before reading your cards, before a ritual, whatever it is that you do, you can do this simple visualization. Well, now you don't even have to go into details. All you got to do is say, blah, 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 activate, like whatever commands you gave it. And you can just feel it. You can feel it like activate. So I hope that the readings resonated with you guys. I hope the visualization helped you in some way. May you be blessed with an abundance of love, light, health, wealth, happiness. Go enjoy this full moon. Go make moon water, and may your dreams be the least that you get. I will see you on the 22nd, guys. Good night. And thank you for staying with me.